Yo, what's up, guys? It's Chow, back again with another workout. And as you can see here, I'm getting straight to stretching out my lats, like I mentioned in the last video. Because lately, my shoulders have been feeling really stiff, and I suspected it was my lats being tight. So yeah, just showing you guys that I practice what I preach. Don't procrastinate. If you know there's something you gotta do, you just gotta handle it, Just gotta handle your shit and stop making excuses. But yeah, it's been working wonders. I've been doing some myofascial release on my lats, stretching them out, strengthening the weak muscles, and yeah, it's been working wonders. And I have some skin in the game, 10 plus years doing this, so I kind of know when something's not working well. I kind of know the quick fix for it. So yeah, I'd say that's the perks of sticking with things and studying your craft for a long time. But anyway, I digress. In today's video, I want to touch on a topic that really hits close to home, okay? And that's going to be about overeating, right? Binging on food, indulging, aka one of the 7 deadly sins, gluttony, right? And the reason why it hits so close to home is because I have my moments, definitely have my moments where I just kind of lose control, and I go into this sort of like daze where I don't even know what I'm doing, and I'm just like shoveling food down my mouth, even though I'm extremely full, just purely for the sensation, just purely for taste, enjoyment, right? That dopamine. And, I think a lot of this is heavily rooted in my habits as a kid, right? You may see me on Instagram, YouTube, whatnot, jacked, lean, but deep down, a lot of days, I still feel like that chubby kid, that chubby 8-year-old that was, forking down every morsel of food he could find, handfuls of Doritos in my mouth while watching Saturday morning cartoons, eating shitty Chinese food, from the local takeout restaurant, that was drenched in oil, but it was so damn good, right? That's what I see. That's what I feel like. Sometimes when I'm at a low point, when I look in the mirror, I see that chubby kid, and sometimes I feel like that never really goes away. That's kind of at the core. It's just been a matter of, becoming wiser, building the discipline to overshadow what's kind of like the natural tendency within me, which is to indulge in terribly unhealthy, ultra-processed foods, and yeah, just be like kind of a fat ass. And I dealt with that growing up. I was really chubby, but I was just a happy-go-lucky kid. But I learned the consequences of those actions because I would get bullied, and that led me to feeling inadequate and insecure, especially as I got into my teenage years. But thank God for that, because shit, that lit a fire in me, right? I never wanted to feel that way again. Point is, even now, even after years and years of learning and building this discipline, this armor, right? I still have my moments of weakness, and it's usually after an extended bout of dieting, where I'm eating super clean, just after days of the same meats and vegetables and all these super clean foods. The cravings kick in, man, like no other. And I feel like a lot of people deal with that same thing, evidently, because I live in America, and let's just say the stereotype for America isn't the greatest, right? I think we all know what I'm talking about here. Yeah, working as a nurse, it's kind of crazy, but like 80 to 90% of all the patients that I've seen, they have some sort of, either a weight issue, so like they're very overweight, like a cholesterol issue, diabetes, high blood pressure, all these factors that, you know, is the byproduct of shitty eating habits, right? Yeah, it's just something, it's just crazy because like so many people deal with it, and it brings you to such a low point. Just your diet can really change the course of your life to where you end up in a hospital or a nursing home, and you need to be on medications just to stay alive. I think that's crazy because, well, I mean, I'll dive into it now. How do we deal with these, cravings? How do we deal with gluttony? You walk down the grocery aisle and, there's nothing but goodies everywhere. And it takes a lot of willpower to be able to deny that. I completely understand. Like, don't get it twisted. I still struggle with these things every day. So how do you deal with these cravings? How do you deal with, going on these fucking binge eating rampages? I would say, and what's worked for me the best in the past, is to never really exclude anything, okay? So if you want something, if you're craving something really bad, but you're trying to stay in line and stay on your diet, just have it. But it's all about portions, right? It's all about balance. So, have some Oreos, but just make it one or two instead of the whole freaking box, right? And then eventually you'll kind of get to a point where you realize that it's literally just for a dopamine hit, right? It's this temporary state of enjoyment, of pleasure, but it gets you nothing in the end. Nothing but bad outcomes, right? So then you start to realize that it's just not worth it at all. So yeah, although I have my slip-ups, I've reached a point where I actually enjoy the food that I eat that allows me to stay lean. Especially knowing that the food that I consume is actually going towards something, right? It's building, it's helping me to stay healthy, it's helping me to stay lean, it's helping me to build muscle. Knowing that it's like helping me move towards a goal allows me to, stay on track 9 times out of 10. And, if you do end up binging, if you do end up eating like the whole box of Oreos, give yourself some grace. You're only human. It happens. So yeah, just dust yourself off, man. Tomorrow's a brand new day to, start making better choices, to continue on that grind, continue building. That's all we can do, get up more times than we are knocked down. So don't get discouraged, bro. You got it.